Right, 22 November 2025, and today I'm excited to be giving you the morning update. So that is the action-packed news update, where you get to know everything that's happening across Zimbabwe and Africa. So today we're going to be very busy. Let's get started with the key events of today. So today we've got Mnangagwa, who is in Mozambique. Mnangagwa is going to be running or having meetings with the president of Mozambique in what is called the BNC, or the Binational Commission. So that is Mnangagwa arrived yesterday in Mozambique, and that event is going to take place between the 21st and the 23rd. And Zimbabwe and Mozambique are expected to sign a number of deals. So Mnangagwa is doing very well ever since what has happened in Tanzania. Many people are starting to see Mnangagwa in a different light, and Mozambique themselves are in trouble after over 400 people have died after the elections, and that follows the report that was released by CNN yesterday. You can go and check out Opo Chimono. He has covered that report extensively yesterday. So Mnangagwa and particularly Zimbabwe, we share a long border, and various investments are supposed to be signed over there. So let's see what happens, the outcome. I don't normally see the signed result of these meetings. That is one of my biggest concerns about these meetings. So we did have a BNC with Zambia. Let's see what comes out of this meeting with Mnangagwa and Chapo. Then today we're having the opening of the first Walmart branded store in South Africa. Let's see how that is going to look. Walmart is going to be entering South Africa with their brand. They are currently in South Africa through Gem and Macro and other shops, but they are going to have their first branded Walmart store today. It's going to be Stampede. You can bet it's going to be a big Stampede. Then let's go to the main headline, and the main headline is Mudenda. So Mudenda is the Speaker of Parliament of Zimbabwe, and he is also the chairman of Zanu PF. So Zanu PF has been going on about a third term, or extending Mnangagwa's term to 2030. And yesterday, we've received documents from Mudenda, Jacob Mudenda, who is the Speaker of Parliament. And in his documents, which I've put on Gambakwe, Mudenda denies that there is anything on the table to do with ED 2030 or extending the term of Mnangagwa to 2030. And at the moment, there is nothing to challenge. So you can go and check out the document which has been given to Muzadzi. So I was given the document yesterday. And if you look at this document, it's clear that Zanu PF is moving away from the 2030 after Mnangagwa refused to go to 2030. So Mnangagwa has told the chairman of Zanu PF that is not interested in going beyond 2028, and people should prepare for elections. So you see this document, you click on it, at the bottom, you are going to see there will be a menu. So if you hover over the document, then you can click down. It's a 7-page document. You'll be able to see this document here, and it's got all the information that you say, to the best of my knowledge, no constitutional bill has been submitted to cabinet. No constitutional bill has been gazetted in terms of section 328(3) of the constitution. No constitutional bill has been tabled before parliament. Further, no constitutional bill relating to the issues raised by the applicants has been passed by parliament. So I want to remind you what happened in parliament a few weeks ago. Mudenda was sitting right there when this happened. Right. So in Sindebele, we are saying Mudenda, we are Zenzisa. He thinks we don't know that he passed a resolution in Mutare, which said Parliament, which said Ziambi must do everything in his power to make sure that Mnangagwa's term is extended to 2030. He stood up at Zanu PF, and he is the one that read this thing, which says Mnangagwa's term must be extended to 2030. He thinks that we don't know that they are currently in the process of doing or drafting some document, which next week Ziambi is set to present before Zimbabweans. So next week, there's going to be a presentation between Muchangwa and Ziambi on the way forward. So we're going to get the final result or position of Zanu PF next week by Ziambi. So whichever way it goes, they can deny it, but the resolution stands. It's only that Mnangagwa has refused to go to 2030. And this is something that was said by Muchangwa this week. Mnangagwa has said he's not going to 2030. And that is the only reason. That is what he should say. Not to say that there was never such a resolution. That resolution does exist. And it's only that Mnangagwa is saying, don't implement that resolution. So that is why you're seeing many Zanu PF officials are denying this ED 2030. It's because it's unconstitutional. It's not popular. No one wants it. And they've realized that a big mistake was made. That is why you see Tagure moving around, singing, that is why you see him doing that, because his plan for ED 2030 has failed, and Mnangagwa doesn't want it. And I really like Mnangagwa for that, for stopping this ED 2030 garbage. That thing makes no sense. Other presidents from the region are out enjoying themselves. Look at Chissano. Yesterday, Joaquim Chissano of Mozambique has received his 10th doctorate, honorary doctorate, from Mozambique, from the Mondlane University in Mozambique. Former presidents are enjoying themselves. There is no president in this region who has ever gone beyond that term. That is why Mnangagwa is refusing to go to 2030. And Mudenda can say a lot, but that was not his idea. They would have gone for it. Mudenda, Shinamasa, all these guys were going to go for 2030 if Mnangagwa had said, let's go. But Mnangagwa has refused. So that is the response we got from him. And I believe that this case is going to die a natural death because there's not going to be any ED 2030. But we're waiting for this coming week. So that is around midweek next week for Muchangwa to come back and explain how everything is going to go down. So very important. And let's see what happens with the ED 2030 group. I don't think Tagure has got any ability at all to become a president. The man needs to change his strategy. He will not win an election. So Tagure will not win an election. The way he's going right now, there are no people outside of Zanu PF that appreciate him. His message is not strong enough. And that is his biggest weakness. Right now, let's go into the news. Predator. So Predator, his name has still not been found. The police have still not issued a statement. The people of Plumtree are still living in fear after Mate, who escaped from jail, has still not been found. And then let's quickly go into news. Let me open some newspapers here. I've not had a chance to look at any newspaper today. That is crazy. Like normally I start with newspapers, but today has been a hectic day and I haven't been able to look at newspapers. So let's see what is in the newspapers. I'm going to start with the Manica Post, which I didn't look at yesterday. Very sad to see the guys at Manica Post are not producing their newspaper in time. I cannot believe that a newspaper that publishes once a week, I only get to see it the next day. That is crazy. So let's see what the Manica Post is saying today, and I'm going to share it with you right now. So Manica Posts, I like it, but they are very lazy. Very lazy people. I don't know who is the editor there. Very lazy. They sleep a lot and then they publish on the next day. So I'm quickly looking for the newspaper here. It's kind of escaping me. So let's see what is in Manica Post. Apologies about that. Because my platform has changed. So they've changed the way they do, and I have to log in multiple times. So there we are with Manica Post. Okay. E-cigarettes flood Mutare schools, so said. And then there are some stories I can't read. You can go and check it out. And then major progress on Mutare Bypass Road. Let's see what else is here. And then let's look at the picture. Nesta Mukweha says 800 million required to protect gains against HIV pandemic. And I believe that there is a lot more in this newspaper. So go check it out. Let's see who is this guy with boxing. Okay, that's not a Zimbabwean guy. President Trump is featured in this newspaper. So what has happened is that overnight, President Trump has met with the mayor of New York. That is Mandani over here. That is one of the most interesting meetings I've ever seen. Opposing parties coming together to work together. Trump is a very interesting guy. He's very understanding, and he's not like any other president. You can go and watch that speech. They were together, and that is amazing. So it's featured also in the Manica Post. And then let's see who is lifting weights. Benefits of lifting weight are just not for young people. So what I will do is I'll talk to you guys later. When we finish here, I'm going to show you what we have on weights. So for older people, don't lift weights. Then I just want to go to a feature. So yesterday, it has been revealed that Mwaja, the late Mwaja, did not know Wikino Chivayo. He has never received a vehicle from him. He was so sick. When Wikino went to that car, he did not go and present the car to Mdara Mwaja or the late Paul Mwaja, Mutuma Mwaja. He instead presented the car to the sons. And then they pretended that Mwaja had received the car. But Mwaja has never received gifts. He never received gifts from anyone, and he refused when the church was trying to build him the biggest house in the whole world. So the plan was to build him the biggest house in the whole world. So in his whole life, he lived in his whole old house where he started everything, and he refused any form of luxury. So when the car was presented by Wikino Chivayo, the sons took that money, shared it among themselves, $107,000, and also the car was taken by the family. But Mwaja himself was so sick and so old that he did not know anything about Wikino. So they say he didn't even know that there was someone called Wikino Chivayo. So that was something that I just wanted you to know, that Mwaja did not get a car from Wikino and would never have accepted that car from Wikino Chivayo. But I'll accept mine. I have an old battered 1988 Toyota Etios, which I use and I love. Then let's go to other stories. I want to quickly look here at the Herald. Did the Herald publish? Yes. So the Herald newspaper is published. And let's look at Mnangagwa. So this is an amazing picture of Mnangagwa and Chapo. Chapo was going to do well if they had not killed so many people after the elections. 400 people shot dead. They opened the jails, and there's the people were running away. They shot them in the back. That's why I'm saying Mnangagwa is starting to look good, because I can assure you, such a thing will never happen in Zimbabwe, where so many people will get shot in the back. And then let's look at the picture. Opa Muchinguri, Defense Minister, with outgoing Zimbabwe Defense Forces Commander, PV Spanda, and Zimbabwe Defense University Vice Chancellor, Tesani Moyo, at the Staff College yesterday. So 70 people graduated with diplomas in defense and security studies. Zimbabwe's got one of the best defense universities. So good job to the guys who are coming out of there. And then let's see other stories. Board announcement. The Zim Papers board is announcing William Chikoto as the CEO of Zim Papers. I don't like this appointment during Sband. You know why? I want CEOs that come from outside. I don't like CEOs that come from inside. So you can have a COO who comes from inside, so that's the Chief Operating Officer. But to have a CEO that comes from inside, it's a recipe for disaster. The politics, the failure to see outside of the box, and the groupthink, you are going to soon change this CEO. Watch and mark my word. And then where's the picture of Chiwenga? Okay, that's not Chiwenga. I don't know why Chiwenga is not featured here. Yesterday, Chiwenga made Mashatile. I covered that, but I don't know why. And then Lishanda Moyes, she is starting to look much better to me. I was not so used to her, but she got into the top 20, top 30, sorry. And then I think some other people went to the top 15. Although Minio Tabo was also on the judging panel. So next time when you guys do this, let me tell you the secret. The national colors of Zimbabwe, red, yellow, green, black, red, I do not know. They need to feature prominently here because it's a marketing opportunity. So I would have loved to see that necklace there with some little bit of yellow, red, and so forth, so that you're different from the others. But all the good job done. They've done a good job here. The organizers have done a good job, but we need to see more branding of Zimbabwe. And you can see that Zimbabwe is doing so well in marketing these things that they do. So amazing job. Then let's go to Kayla Thomas released an album, Trababla's video. Who is Kayla Thomas? Kayla Thomas. Let's go and look at Kayla Thomas. Guys, I cannot believe the things that happen in Zimbabwe. Here, where I live, around me, they put up an extension and interchange in one day. So they built everything and then they put it up. By Monday, it was over. Trababalas. So Kayla Thomas is singing about Trababalas. I'm not seeing her on YouTube. So I don't know where she released it. So if anyone knows, WhatsApp me with the video here. We'll share it with everybody. That is Kayla Thomas released Trababalas video. I don't know where she's done it. Then let's go to the Chronicle newspaper of Zimbabwe. Chronicle newspaper is the Bulawayo newspaper. So that is published. I like these guys. So Chronicle, Herald are doing a good job. Obviously, H Metro, top notch. So let's see what else is happening here. Who is the pretty young lady? So that is Sikhala Dube. How barefoot student Dube is walking the STEM talk, taking science to every village. So what is she doing? Dube holds a degree in biology and biochemistry from UZ and further the studies at NAST. So affectionately known is the STEM lady. What is she doing? Inspiring journey. I'm a catered girl. So I don't know what she's doing. I can see a lot of stories about it, but I cannot see exactly what she's doing. So whoever wrote a story, introduction, please. Introduction. And then Mnangagwa together with Chapo. Chapo is one of the tallest guys in the world, and he's Big Shona. So let's go to other things here. Same board appointment, Chukoto. And then, as I said, I'm not seeing Chiwenga here. Chiwenga, where is Chiwenga? There is Chiwenga. Right, these guys have covered Chiwenga on page 2. So Vice President Constantino Chiwenga pays a cater score on his South African counterpart, Dr. Paul Mashatile. It's actually the other way around. Paul Mashatile is the one that went to the hotel of Chiwenga. That is my understanding. Because obviously, the Mashatile is not staying at the hotel. The one who's staying at the hotel is Chiwenga. Then let's go to other things. I want to look at, okay, let me look at Kwaedza. Guys, these are crazy people. I do not know why we need Kwaedza. So take Kwaedza, make it an insert in H Metro. Take, what is the other thing? B Metro, make it an insert in H Metro. That's what you need to do. Those weekly newspapers, put all of them in one. You will save 3 editors. You have sub-editors or something like that. Because this makes no sense. Now, these stories, guys, these are the same stories that are also in the other newspapers. You need to consolidate. You don't need all these newspapers. Make one. And then on Friday, you put an insert of Kwaedza so that the people in the rural areas can read, and you save so much money. After all, the circulation of this thing is so small. Kwaedza circulation is so small, I cannot believe it. And then let's go to today's newspaper. I want to look at the Star. So the Saturday Star is not yet out from what I can see here. But let's look at the Star. So the Saturday Star. Is that even how you spell Saturday? Saturday. Okay, Saturday Star. All right, not yet there. So the Saturday Star is not there. And then let's look at the Citizen. The Citizen, not yet here. So I'm going to give you these newspapers later on today. But I think for now we've covered all the newspapers. Let's go to our people. One of the biggest events that taken place in Zambia yesterday. That is right. Let's look at President Hakainde Hichilema. He's been awarded a doctorate. So yesterday, President Hakainde Hichilema was awarded a doctorate degree. And you can see him there looking amazing. Here, look at President Hakainde Hichilema. He's amazing and people love him. The most followed president in this region. There is no president in SADC as followed as President Hakainde Hichilema. And you can see why Zambia doing so well ever since he came into office. The economy is booming. Many countries are coming to Zambia to invest. And the Chinese are going to be doing some work on the railways in Zambia. Then let's look at Minnie. What did Minnie post today? I saw she was very sad yesterday. I don't know what happened to Minnie. So she was so sad. Let me see if I can find those pictures of Minnie looking sad. So there is Minnie over here, looking very smart, but she was very sad. I don't know what was happening here. You can clearly see this picture. I can see it in her eyes. Something happened. Where is Zodwa? I saw her with Zodwa. I didn't know that was Zodwa. Then I was just talking to someone and they say, did you see Minnie with Zodwa? Zodwa is gone to whatever country this is, together with Keno. So that is Thailand. Let me see if I can find Zodwa's picture here. Zodwa Mkandla also moved around with Minnie. So I can't find it. When I find it, I'll let you guys have it. Then let's go to Madam Boss, who is currently inside of Australia, the most followed person in this region. So she's one of the most followed people in SADC. And there is AfriPraise. So she's saying AfriPraise is going to be in Perth today. The days are different. And then tomorrow in Melbourne and on the 29th in Sydney. So she's going to be in Australia for so long. And you can see some of my favorite people here. You can see Elad Cherai and all these people here. Some of them I don't even know from the pictures, but you can see they're over here in Australia. So it's Everton Mlalazi, Elad Cherai, Sharon Cherai, Anatoria. Who is Anatoria? Melissa Makwasha. I like Melissa Makwasha. Siaka Kita and Matthias Mahere. So Melissa Makwasha is like someone's wife, but I don't know where the guy is. Who is the husband? I think they are married or not. I don't know. Then let's go to, I don't know actually. President Dumaboko. President Dumaboko over here is amazing. And I'll soon be in Botswana. A Mount invasion happening tomorrow. So it's going to be in Mount. And look at that track of music. So let us see President Dumaboko. He's doing the best work. Branding is amazing. They even walk around with umbrellas. Guys, United Democratic umbrella. That is amazing. All right. And then let's go to what else? Okay, I want to remove this. Okay, I don't know how to remove that. Right, you can see here the meeting between President Dumaboko. Let's see who is meeting here. Look at that. So President Dumaboko doing so well. Get a score by the newly appointed member of the Appeals Tribunal. Under my constitutional mandate, I established this tribunal to review appeals arising from Public Service Commission decisions. So that is President Dumaboko. And then who did I leave out? Let me go to SADC. I want to look at SADC and see what they've said about Tanzania. They need to act on Tanzania. They can't be quiet when there's so much. An international investigation is started on Tanzania, so they must understand that SADC cannot just keep quiet. Ramaphosa was working dinner for African leaders at G20 summit. Let's see who's there. So there's Lamola, there's Ramaphosa. Who else is here? All the African leaders are here. Let's see where Chiwenga is. There is Mahosi. So SADC doing well, but they need to act on what is happening. SADC is becoming a problem. So many people dying after elections. Over 1,000 people have died after recent elections. And we don't want that. That is terrible. And SADC needs to act. They need to have some teeth. And then let's look at my favorite woman with the hair, Shido Sanyatwe. Please, one more hairstyle. Show us one more hairstyle. Please, Shido Sanyatwe, show us one more hairstyle. Okay, we're done here. Let's go to X and look at Chamisa. Chamisa is posted overnight. And I want to see what he said. So Chamisa is my homeboy from my village to his. If I leave at 6 a.m., we have breakfast together. So let's look at Chamisa. And also, most people don't know. Ana Job Sikhala, ana Zanu Ngarivume. Those people, they are walking distance from my village. So apana jemunoita wakomana, apana jemgaita Gambakwe. So Chamisa says, secure eternal life. Whoever believes in the Son has eternal life. Whoever rejects the sons will not see life. Instead, the wrath of God remains on him. So these are some of the lowest views that Chamisa will ever get. When Chamisa posts anything about religion, he gets so much low engagement. So Chamisa, you hear your people, listen to your people. And then let's look at Sanyatwe. Sanyatwe is one of the guys who is probably going to contest in 2028. I know he's coming. Then let's look at what he said 9 hours ago. Today, at the sideline of the Ministry's 2026 to 2030 Strategic Planning Workshop, I officially handed over operational vehicles to our provincial heads, enhancing their ability to implement programs and deliver service effectively at community level. So, guys, I must say, Sanyatwe is very hardworking. One of the most hardworking ministers. Besides Sekuru Wangu Masuka, there is now no one who is doing this kind of thing. Handing over cars. There are departments who don't have a car. For example, Minister of Information in a motor. Minister of Information, what have you done for journalists? Honestly, Jenfan, ever since you became a Minister of Information, the whole minister, what have you done for journalists? What have you done for social media? Chicha mambo ito omana, ana Jenfan. Besides ngutawara chirungu. Kutara chirungu. Chikunyeba. Apana somneta omana. Look at Sanyatwe. He's only been in this ministry for a short time. And already he's handing over cars. He's doing stuff that you can see. That is amazing. Sakawangwewenyu, 2030, I'm on 2030. Okay, who have I left out? I think I've covered most of the guys. Let's go to South Africa. An investigation has been opened. So I forgot someone here. I think First Lady. Let's see First Lady of Zimbabwe. That is Auxilia Mamoyo. Wamamoyo. Warikutichi Wamamoyo. Let's see what she's saying. She's very interesting. Okay, she last posted on 19. And then Opa, let's see if she posted about the Zimbabwe National Defense University over here. So all round, 19 was the day she is together with Mnangagwa here. Monica Mnangagwa, I tried to set up a meeting with her when she was Minister of Information. So I called some people I know and I say, Monica Mnangagwa, I want to meet her. I've got a suggestion about how we can improve news delivery by social media in Zimbabwe. So we've been pushing this idea for so long. And the government of Zimbabwe, they don't seem to get it. Everyone who goes in the Ministry of Information, they don't get it. Social media is an industry where you can actually make billions. In Nigeria, Nollywood is producing 9 billion a year in terms of money that comes into Nigeria. In Zimbabwe, you can count on these five, with these 10 fingers. I've almost said 5 fingers. The people that are in social media and the people that are potentially going to be starting companies in media. What happens is if your media is weak, nyika inotorwa. So nyika yenyu inotorwa. If your media is weak, it means some people will come. And Zimbabwe is very small, they'll overrun your country and take it over. So you need a strong media. It's a last line of defense. When people want to do, in a sense, South Africa, for example, has got so many strong structures. So you saw the army guy talking, you saw Mkwanazi talking, you see the media guys talking, and things balance each other. And Zimbabwe lacks that balance. There's too much centralization. And we want that centralization to stop. But the first place to go is media. You want your media to work and to be functional. Not to kuisa vanhu mujere. Vanhu vakaita sana dhara. Ungasunge dhara. Wakaita sei munhu akasunga dhara dzoro. Ungasunge dhara sei kana kusunga hopo. Hopo anomborasika. But most times, hopo Chungono is okay. So he's okay most of the time. Let's see what Chungono say today. I just want to see Chungono posters when he says hopo. Inini na hopo. We are like superstars. The media. Inini ndoita investigation on the ground. Hopo anita investigation on the computer. Saka inini usiku kuti Gambakwe aenda ku Zambia, Gambakwe aenda ku Botswana, Gambakwe aenda ku United States. But Hopo he posts more posts than me probably a day. But today he's really done well with what has happened to Tanzania. So go and check out that report from CNN. Very well done. Pasina Samia Suluhu Hassan Muroi. I know Roy is no same as right. That is Samia Suluhu Hassan Muroi. And then obviously in the ANC, a fight has broken out yesterday. The Secretary General of ANC Youth League and the chair or president have fired each other, and that is being negotiated. While the daughter of Zuma is being internationally investigated for sending young people to Russia and pretending that they are going to study as bodyguards. So some of them have already died and some cannot be located. About 50 who applied and joined her bodyguard training course. So when they joined it, they were told that they are going to be bodyguards. And then when they got to Ukraine, they were put on the front to fight. And some of them have died. She has created a WhatsApp group, and the families have gone to complain to the South African government. So an investigation is started, and you can see that she's currently facing other court charges. You see Zuma right there in court at the back, and it's terrible what is happening over here. However, in Zimbabwe, we don't have such problems. That is why I'm saying Zimbabwe is on the verge of doing so well. We just need to make sure that everything works and we don't fight each other. We are on 33 minutes. I know that you guys want me to keep going, but I can't keep going, guys. Daneta, I don't get tired because let me show you. And this is a feature. So take this feature very seriously. If you're a man, what we're doing is we've got a special. So our sponsor, Uve, buy this packet. You tell me, you come back to me and say, Gambakwe, this thing is amazing. So that is Ve, 2 packets of 200 grams. And if you buy in the UK, Scotland, New Zealand, sorry, New Zealand is not, it's not there. Scotland, Ireland will give you a free packet, 1 packet free, 1 packet normal, and then we're going to give you free shipping by DHL. In Harare, it's half price. So what's up this number here? So look at the numbers that are on the screen. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Half price will never happen. And it's ending in the next 10 days. So let's make it happen. And then I want to show you guys something. So I was telling you about weights, right? So this belt here, it's rubber. So you can see it. It's got 2 ends that are like this, right? So if you don't have a gym membership, all you need is this thing. Then one of my workouts I go essay. So what we're going to do next month, we're going to introduce a special where we're going to give it to you all guys. The guys who are having issues with prostate, many of you have been calling me. So firstly, before we talk of prostate, there's prostate cancer and inflamed prostate. So if you've got that, you can work out, especially when it's in the early stages, and you can actually shrink. So the exercise that you do, I've already given you guys who called me the exercise that you need to do for 30 days, and then you see a great improvement. You must always have, before you sleep and when you wake up, do your workout. And you must know your weight, your blood sugar, your blood pressure. If you don't know them, unofa mahara. Unovira mahara. Unovira mahara. And then let's deal with the Nyaya job Sikhala. So I want you guys to understand, I have been bringing job Sikhala to account for one thing. The job Sikhala and Niger Band, they somehow connected. So job Sikhala didn't do his due diligence when he came to South Africa, and he ended up being funded by Niger Band. Niger Band is a Zanu PF member or connected to Zanu PF or intelligence, I don't know. And job Sikhala took money from the guy. He went and had a meeting with him at Wonder Park, and then eventually he ended up in the trouble that he's facing. What I want you guys to understand, myself, my job is to go out and investigate what's happening. So I've seen kuti mwana wa job Sikhala kana kuti mukadzi wa job Sikhala ati zvakati kana zvakati. Job Sikhala has got my number. I WhatsApp him. Go and check in that number of yours. Yakanzi Bush Negro right now. You're Job Sikhala. Job Sikhala can easily WhatsApp me from where I'm sitting right now to where Job Sikhala is. It's less than 5 minutes walk. Right now, where I am, it's less than 5 minutes walk. So Job Sikhala can call me and say, Gambakwe, can we have a discussion over this? The biggest problem with our guys from Zimbabwe and politics in Zimbabwe is lack of funding. There is no funding, so people just take any money that comes. And sometimes they take money that is dirty. Don't take dirty money. Let's come up with a structure to fund the opposition, but don't take Maria Kashiba. And also, when you are mistaken or you make a mistake, you must apologize. So don't go out there and say, they try to frame me, what? What were you doing with them? That is the thing that I'm always saying to people. Don't go to a meeting with Zanu PF people when you don't intend to go there. If you are in the opposition and you want to do a program, go to government people. Don't go to Zanu PF people. Don't go to people you've never seen. So in the moon, I talk to someone from government, not someone from Zanu PF. You will never see me approaching Mchangwa or a Zanu PF people. I'll be talking to a government official on business to do with government. Like I'll go to a ministry, I'll go to ZIDA, and you see me taking a picture there. When I go to Zanu PF office, I show you that I'm going to Zanu PF office. I don't go and do a backyard deal. I never know Zanu. The day you see me with the Zanu PF guy, I will take a photo and show you. Nothing that I do is ever secret. And I talk to everyone. There's no person in the country of Zimbabwe that doesn't talk to me. Just think of anyone right now. I talk to that person. There's no person. Chabangu, Chamisa, vanhu vachamisa, vanhu vaMnangagwa, vese. There's no person who doesn't talk to me. That's my job, to talk to people. And that ends there. I don't have any secret dealings. And I drive a battered 1988 Toyota Etios. And I like it. So that is how it is, guys. Please buy me there. And I want people from Job Sikhala's family, WhatsApp me. If you've got something to say, WhatsApp me there. And come and talk here. Don't go to some strange channel and start talking about Gambakwe. I am here. So why are you going to some strange channel to talk about me? Come here and answer the questions. If you saying the ticket was bought by the son, or what, come here and talk to me. And apologize. Can I make a mistake? Apologize. Don't issue me with the death threats. It will never happen. Now we can see that is a Zanu PF project. Pasinewe Dumisani. Makapusa. What is there besides Zanu PF right now? So if you're saying someone is a Zanu PF project, what are you doing yourself? So this thing of parties of saying Zanu PF, CC, what, Shakapusa Maningi. Even this is me talking to Monzora here. Even this me talking to every person. So we don't want people that say, we do Zanu. Zimbabwe. It's allowed to be Zanu PF member. South Africa. Imagine if you come to South Africa and say, EFF. Because these people work together. You saw President Trump with Mandani. And then Gambakwe is purely funded. There's no question about it. Funded way. With them struggling every day, just like everyone else. Funded Kupi. Zanu PF in Marire. Do you think Zanu PF can pay my house in Cape Town and in Johannesburg? Who is Zanu PF has got that money to do that? Mudenda isn't chairman, but secretary. Yes, that's correct. Secretary General, you're right. Who is the chairman of Zanu? Opa? Yes, correct. And then, good morning to everyone. Thank you very much. I'm Dumi. But Marasika don't try to twist things. Zanu PF is evil. Zanu PF, which part of Zanu PF is evil? And I Zanu PF is evil. Which is Ani. And that's the question I'm asking you. Who are you going to put? So, if you say Zanu PF is evil, Wakawana Mandani and Trump standing there. Mandani, when they said, once the Trump is what, Akamtuka, Shingaiti. And then Trump repeated the same insult and laughed. Go and check it right now. Politics of Zimbabwe, that's Zungu. Everything in Zimbabwe is about, oh, I will never talk to that person ever. But you never achieve anything. Look at what has happened in Bulawayo. They were busy saying here, we don't want someone from Mashonaland to contest in Bulawayo. Kuteta ma WhatsApp group. Some people even threatening him to say, if Gambakwe contest, we're going to get him, we're going to kill him. There, Takakusia could contest. And then you have got 10 people from the same province contesting each other against Zanu. Zaka broker maningi. Right. And I feel a good thing, but this. That is the great period. C'est super gesha. Right. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. I think I actually would have loved to stay here longer, but I have to go. I have to go and do my workout. Guys, things are looking so good for me. I'm losing weight and I'm looking like a 25-year-old man. My engine is clean. Pakaipa. Pakaipa. So if you don't drink me very personally, because my salad are tonga. Right. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'll see you guys a bit later. I got something of a surprise for you. And let's see what else is coming. Today is 22nd. Next week, we're looking at Nyokama Buddha is coming on the 1st. So that is the next thing that is coming. And then when Mnangagwa gives a speech in Mozambique, we'll try to give you that speech. Everything is top soup for ED. Top soup for ED. All right, I'd like to thank you guys, and I'll see you again a little bit later. And a good day to you all.